And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Atlanta Motor Speedway as we get ready for the Thanksgiving race weekend. Before we get started, I want to give a big announcement to everybody. I've got a week off here, and that means that this coming Saturday, times will be coming later on, but I'm letting you guys know ahead of time. This coming Saturday will be the sign-ups for Season 7 for all three series. Trucks, Mobile, and Snickers all will take place on Saturday. I'm going to have trying to have three separate times for the three separate series, but Saturday, plan on it. That's when the sign-ups for Season 7 will take place. Hopefully, we'll have the chase underway by that time. But we are coming here to Atlanta Motor Speedway, coming off an exciting weekend last week at Stunt Road, and we are getting ready now for drivers to kind of get out of the crazy track system, all that kind of stuff, and now focus on the chase for the championship, because after today's race, folks, then we got one more stop at Arizona, and that'll be it. The field will be locked up, and that will be the drivers that will battle it out for the championship. However, we're going to find out at least one of the drivers they're going to battle out for the championship here today. This being the Thanksgiving race weekend, one driver is going to be especially thankful because, if you didn't see, we had a random draw on random.org, and it has been determined that whoever this entire race weekend leads lap number 10, the completion of lap number 10, I should specify, will end up automatically getting a guaranteed chase spot in the chase for the championship, regardless of where they are in the point standing. So, nonetheless, getting ready to be putting these cars under the green flag for 33 laps of racing. This is the American Ethanol 200 powered by Enogen, and we are getting ready for this event. Coming off Deanna Shelton being the first Triple Crown winner, as she was one of the two Truck Series winners last week at Stunt Road, and Pichu London also went to victory lane, a former Mobile Cup Series champ, possibly making a case for himself to get inside the top 10 in points with maybe another good run here today as he'll roll off from 7th place. But on the pole position is going to be three-time winner James McLeod. He shares that honor now with Chris Dollerton, who ended up winning a couple weeks back his third race of the season. That was, of course, back at Michigan. Alongside of McLeod, that's going to be Emilio Navarrete. Navarrete still looking to try to pick up his second win of the season as he could possibly get himself up into the wild card picture. Then it's going to be Kevin White, still looking for his first win of the season. He'll line up in third. And Cody Lamas, who won back at Nazareth, he's looking for his second win of the season, maybe get inside the wild card picture as he'll roll off from fourth. And then completing the top five today, our winner from Riki Raceway, Zach Rogers, who also has a Mobile and Cup Series win a couple of weeks ago back at Michigan. So he's got a little bit of momentum on his side as well. Here's the way the points look coming into today's race. One driver had already confirmed himself a spot mathematically in the chase for the championship. That's the points leader, Dylan Poteet. He comes in today's race a total of 28 points ahead of Dylan Young, who could also clinch himself a spot in the chase for the championship with a good run here today. McLeod, the pole sitter, comes in third in points. Chris Dollerton is fourth. Adam Chambers fifth. Brian James sixth. Trent Dunham seventh. Austin Plant eighth. Jacob Lawler ninth. And Prudence Littlejohn is in 10th. So, as we get ready to get these trucks rolling off, they're going to complete about 2 or 3 pace laps, determining on how NNSCRA wants to do it. But whatever the case, it will give us plenty of time to be able to show you the 42 truck starting lineup for today's event. We're in the next to last race before the chase of the championship begins. One driver is going to already make the chase by leading the completion of lap number 10. We're moments away from finding out what's going to happen here today in this event. Here is your starting grid for today's race at Atlanta. Seasons ago, back in season 4, we were here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and we had the same kind of a thing take place when it was near Christmas. One driver ended up getting into the chase in each series. We're doing it now with Thanksgiving, as we're here again at this amazing D-shaped 1.5 mile speedway. We're getting ready now for the green flag to wave, though. Lots of drivers trying to make plans to get themselves inside the chase for the championship. Atlanta could be their ticket. We'll find out as the green flag's ready to be run. James McLeod trying to find his way back to victory lane for the first time since race number, I believe it was number 8, I believe. He ended up winning 3 races back to back to back, all consecutively. Since then, he hasn't been to victory lane, but he's been very consistent the past few weeks as he takes the lead. Kevin White to second. Preferred line today is definitely going to be that inside line, especially coming off of turn number 2. We have seen drivers in practice be able to get the run off of 4 on the high side. You see McLeod trying to do just that here. Still try and draw even with Kevin White again at the line. That was almost a dead heat. And they're going to give that lap to Kevin White on the inside line. So Kevin White will lead the first lap of today's race. Remember, all these drivers are going to try and scramble up there to lead the completion of lap number 10. That's when lap number 10 down on your bottom right comes up. As soon as they cross the stripe and lap number 11 comes on the board, the driver who is at the stripe first at that moment in time is going to end up getting themselves into the chase for the championship. Could be this guy, Pichu London. Big momentum streak for this guy right now. Currently 14th in the point standings. As I look at the points, he's a total of 22 points out from Prunce Littlejohn, who's 10th in the standings. But he does have that win, and if he could pick up a quick second win, he could be right up there in the wild card hunt. But I think Pichu London would like to make it up inside the top 10 in points as well. So too with Noah Hart. Noah Hart's really been the silent type this year. No wins. He's a rookie, but he's 13th in the point standings, and he is mathematically right up there in the hunt. Wait a minute, is the caution out? It almost looked like they started backing off. Nope, caution's not out. I thought I saw Kyle Corbett and the points leader Dylan Pote kind of back off. Maybe it was just because they were in a 3-wide battle. They're racing really hard back there from third on back. The front 2 enjoying some single file racing here, though. Pichu London, Noah Hart, 2 hopefuls trying to get inside the top 10. And here comes Jacob Lawler. Nice crossover move there, blocking Kyle Corbett and going underneath Corbett's teammate Noah Hart for second. Jacob Lawler 9th in points. He's only 3 points ahead of Prunce Littlejohn 10th in the standings, so his position's not a secure one right now. As Pichu London continues to lead, Lawler now moves into second. Now a battle between 2 rookie teammates, Kyle Corbett to the inside of Noah Hart and Dylan Pote right up there. Pote would love to be able to pick up another win here this season. He's already been confirmed that he will be in the chase for the championship. Now I think Dylan Pote is just looking for wins to be able to get those bonus points when the chase begins. And wow, Lawler made very quick work of Pichu London, new leader, the 51. Lawler almost passing Pichu London out of turn 2 as if London was going about 20 miles per hour slower. But now Jacob Lawler will become the hunted. The hunter will be the 13 of Pichu London. And you see these drivers making early moves. You wonder why that is, because lap 10 comes awfully quickly if we get into a green flag run, which is what we've been under right now. And here comes Dylan Pote. Now, I'm not exactly sure what NNSCRA would do if Dylan Pote actually comes up here and leads lap number 10, because keep in mind, Pote's already clinched himself a spot in the chase of the championship. He has no need of leading lap number 10, so I'm wondering if NNSCRA would actually then award the chase position to the driver running second. That kind of really would not be fair to other drivers, but Pote, well, let's get up there and lead anyway, and he's starting to close the gap in on Jacob Lawler. Alex May right up there in third now. I've seen a lot of drivers doing really poorly in points that could use a spot inside the chase for the championship by leading lap number 10. Alex May, Kyle Corbett, a couple of drivers who came in mid-season. Charles Samper, he's 24th in points. He's up here in the mix. And here comes Charles Jackson to the inside. Charles Jackson's actually 12th in the point standings. It would take a load off his mind if he could lead lap number 10 and get into the chase. He wouldn't have to worry about trying to race his way into the top 10 in points. But right now, folks, the moment of truth is coming, and right now Jacob Lawler's in a good spot. Lap 10 going to come up. Now he must complete the entire lap 10. He must make it all the way around to the next lap, to the start-finish line, in order to be scored as the leader of lap 10. And here comes Charles Jackson up the inside, going 3 wide with Pote and Alex May. But look at the huge gap back there to Jackson. Jacob Lawler may be clinching himself a spot in the Truck Series chase for the championship. He was a runner-up in the Mobile Cup Series chase for the championship. And the caution flag comes out as there's a wreck there in turn 4. Lawler is going to lead here. He completes lap number 10. Jacob Lawler, with the first caution, is going to clinch himself a spot in the chase for the championship. And what a load off the mind of Lawler, I'm sure. Comes into this race not in the best position to keep himself inside the top 10 in points. He's 9th in the standings, and as I said, only 3 positions ahead of Prudence Littlejohn, but he is now going to join Dylan Poteet officially in the chase for the Oreo Truck Series Championship. And it looks like we may have some pit stops here under this caution. You see the smoke there out of 4. We'll look back at a replay of what just happened there. But Jacob Lawler, it's official. He will be in the Oreo Truck Series chase for the championship, and this could be something really, really good for him to fall back on, too. If he comes away with a DNF today, or DNF at Arizona, falls outside the top 10, won't matter. He'll be in the chase for the championship as they come down pit road. I saw Lawler, I saw Jackson, Chambers, and Dunham. Field really split up there when they were under caution. Let's see what the strategy is going to be for the 51. Now Jacob Lawler can kind of concentrate on going out there and winning because he knows he's going to be in the chase for the championship. If he wins this race, that's 5 bonus points in the chase for the championship that he can utilize. Comes off pit road there. I don't think anybody's going to beat him off pit road either. Trent Dunham. Oh, yeah, Jackson did. Charles Jackson had a faster pit stop. So the 42 looks like he will be the leader under caution. No, Noah Hart stayed out. So Noah Hart is going to be the leader. Jackson 2nd. 3rd will be Lawler. Dunham in 4th. And the points leader Poteet will be in 5th. So interesting strategy. The 16 deciding to stay out, leads some laps here. Maybe some strategy based on the fact that he's trying to race his way into the top 10 in points. I don't know. We got to find out now what the caution came out for the first time here today at Atlanta. Well, this incident actually started all the way back coming out of turn number 2. Contact there between Jeremy Mayer and Stephen Pollard III. Pollard, who's actually 15th in points. This was not what he needed to have happen this early on in today's event, but you're going to see him. He's going to try and come back up in front of Jeremy Mayer. And he just, I guess, scrubbed off a little too much speed. Comes up in Deanna Shelton. That's James McLeod involved there as well with Max Russell. McLeod, who started on the pole position for today's race. And I think someone runs into the back of him, actually. Might have been Prudence Littlejohn, who's going to get spun around by both Eric Burton and Emilio Navarrete. And then, whoa, Eric Burton nearly getting into the back of the James McLeod machine. And boy, these are a few drivers that really did not need to have this happen. Stephen Paul III, I said, 15th in points, and Prudence Littlejohn comes in that critical 10th position in the standings. Not really any damage to the Home Depot Toyota Tundra, but looping around lost her some valuable track position and positions on the track as far as in the running order as well. So that's what actually brought the caution flag out. There's the Max Russell machine. There's Stephen Paul III. James McLeod on pit road, heavily damaged, and Deanna Shelton, our winner last week at Stunt Road, one of our 2 winners, I should say, blowing up here in that 29. So tough break for her. And that's what brought the caution flag out. We're 1/3 of the way through this race already. Let's head back to green. Getting ready to go back to green flag race on lap 15 of 30. Lots of stories already trending here at Atlanta. Jacob Lawler, you see him restarted in 3rd place. He ended up leading lap number 10. He will be in the chase for the Oreo Truck Series Championship here in Season 6. Let's take a look here and see how the running order is going to be for this restart. Noah Hart was the only driver not to come down pit road. Some interesting strategy there from the young rookie. He will start as the leader. Charles Jackson in 2nd. 3rd place, Jacob Lawler. Dunham in 4th. And Poteet will line up in 5th. Zach Rogers 6th. Joshua Michaels 7th. 8th is Charles Sanford. 9th is Sean Galligan. And 10th is going to be Chris Dollerton. Then you got Alex May in 11th. 12th, Tyson Broad. 13th, Adam Chambers. 14th, Bob Jones. 15th is Kyle Corbett. James Silverfox 16th. 17th, Cody Lamas. Austin the Plan is 18th. 19th, Andy Timmons. And Sean Henley is in 20th. Let's go further back. 21st, Mark Thomas. 22nd, Pichu London. 23rd, Lyndon Wright. 24th is William Duncan with Kevin White in 25th. 26th is Alex DeMarco. 27th is Nick Bellardo. 28th, Danny Wells. 29th, Eric Burton. 30th is Emilio Navarrete. Then it's going to be Dougie Shears, Brian James, Aaron Williams Jr., Kyle Thomas, Max Russell, that's the top 35. Dylan Young, Prudence Littlejohn, John Radigan, Stephen Pollard III, and Jeremy Mayer are the top 40. 2 drivers went behind the wall as a result of what we just saw there with the first caution. I believe they were James McLeod and Deanna Shelton, and that is indeed the case. And Noah Hart Did not get a good jump there. The fresher rubber of Charles Jackson going to get around on the high side here, it looks like. Noah Hart trying to battle back to the inside again, though, but wait a minute. Trent Dunham now going to stick him in the middle 3 wide, and now the outside line kicks in. Jackson to the lead. Jacob Lawler to second. And Noah Hart, I think, is slowing down, heading for pit road. No, Jackson and Lawler coming back to pit road. And Trent Dunham. Now, what kind of strategy is this? They were just in the 42, the 51, and the 1. I'm not understanding this at all. And it turns the lead over to Dylan Poteet. Jacob Lawler, who's now clinched himself a spot in the chase for the championship. The 2 Earnhardt Ganassi teammates, Dunham and Jackson. I'm wondering if they're short pitting, planning on a long green flag run. Are they topping off, planning for a long green flag run to the checkers? If they are, that could play out to their benefit. However, if it's not going to happen, if a caution comes out, they're trapped a lap down. Noah Hart, I think, did actually have to come in, and there is the caution. The caution flag is out, and I don't even know who it's for. Someone spun. Oh, it looks like it's going to be, whoa, watch it. Dougie Shears and Kyle Thomas. They're going to be the reason the caution comes out. And Dylan Poteet is going to be the leader under our second caution of the day. But I think Noah Hart, Charles Jackson, Jacob Lawler, and Trent Dunham all just fell a lap down to leaders. And they reckon here too, Prudence Littlejohn and Brian James. That's a couple drivers inside the top 10 in points, folks. Prudence Littlejohn 10th in points. Brian James, who's been in a real slump as of late, 6th in points. And this could change a lot. And William Duncan's got some damage on the 22. Not certain where that damage came from, unless it has something to do with the incident that involved both the Brian James and Prudence Littlejohn machines. Danny Wells has got a little damage too. And now, are all the leaders coming back in again? Yes, they are. And now, this could actually work out in the favor of Trent Dunham, Lawler, Jackson, and Noah Hart. Yeah, it looks like they're going to stay out. So they will get back on the tail end of the lead lap now, with pit stops taking place here again. What kind of pit stops are they going to make this time? Just fuel only, maybe? No, they're going for rubber again. Must be some pretty slick racing conditions out there, because they're coming back down for rubber. We got to look back at the replay now. We had a wreck take place in what I think was turn number 3, and then we had an incident take place in the front straightaway as well. Well, I was wrong. The incident was actually in turn number 1, and they tried going 4 wide almost there. John Radigan going into Dougie Shears. Naverick comes down in front of Shears. Shears going to get spun around off the 24, and there was absolutely nowhere for the 43 of Kyle Thomas to go. That 21 car had a lot of momentum when he shot up the racetrack there. Absolutely no reaction time available for rookie Kyle Thomas. And Dougie Shears is another of those drivers who I believe is still mathematically eligible to get himself inside the chase for the championship as far as the top 10 is concerned. Came in 17th in the points, and this is definitely not going to help his chances out at all, as now he'll have a damaged truck. But now let's jump up here to Brian James and Prudence Littlejohn. Alright, this is up with them. Oh, they went 4 wide here with Burton, Nick Bellardo, and William Duncan, and Andy Timmons. Aaron Williams Jr. is literally shoving Brian James through that inside line there. Brian actually had almost 2 tires beneath the yellow line, and I think the contact's going to come right about here. They just all start accordioning up. Not much room to run. 15 gets clipped, turned around by the 8. Nick Bellardo's going to have nowhere to go, as he's going to get run into the back of by William Duncan. And then Prudence Littlejohn, where is she? Whoa, Navarrete, nice slice and dice through there. Same for Radigan, and then Littlejohn tries to do the same, can't do it. The entire front of her car actually flew off. And wow, Max Russell just barely getting through, but that was a hard lick for both Brian James and Prudence Littlejohn, 2 chase hopefuls getting involved right here on the front straightaway. And boy, they're trying 4 wide here at Atlanta. It's not working. And that right there, that black smoke coming out of the back of the 15 and the front of the 20, that spells DNF for both of those drivers. Tell you what, right now it's almost looking like we could have a little bit of a point shake-up from about maybe 6th on down through the standings. It's a big opportunity for drivers who want to fill in those spots of these drivers that are doing well in points and are DNFing to get themselves up inside the top 10 in points with only 1 race remaining after today. So, let's head back now to Green Flag Racing as Our second caution of the day is out here past the halfway point. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing. You're looking at the new leader, Zach Rogers. There was a great battle between himself and Dylan Poteet coming down pit road to the exit. And it was only about half a truck length in it that Zach Rogers was able to beat Dylan Poteet off pit road. So Rogers will start as the leader on this restart. Poteet will line up second. Third, Joshua Michaels. Fourth, Charles Sanford. Adam Chambers now up to fifth. Then it's going to be Kyle Corbett in sixth. Seventh is James Silverfox. Eighth, Mark Thomas. Ninth, Alex May. And 10th will be his teammate, Bob Jones. Lyndon Wright lines up in 11th, 12th Tyson Broad, 13th Chris Dollerton, 14th Sean Henley, Kevin White 15th, rest of the top 20, Danny Wells, Dylan Young all of a sudden up in the top 20 and 17th, then you got 18th place Eric Burton, 19th Aaron Williams Jr., and Alex DeMarco completes the top 20. You'll notice that Zach Rogers is not starting at the front of the field because these drivers that ended up pitting back there under that last little green flag run are going to be on the tail end of the lead lap. Jackson in 34th, Dunham in 35th, Lawler in 36th, and Noah Hart in 37th. They are currently scored on the tail end of the lead lap, but if Zach Rogers gets by them, they will automatically go a lap down to the leader once more. Drivers out after the incidents we saw take place include Bryant James, Prunes Littlejohn, and Kyle Thomas. I'll tell you who this really puts in jeopardy, and that is the 20 team, because they came in 10th in the point standings. Here we go, green flags back out. Let's see what Zach Rogers is going to be able to do here with these drivers on the tail end of the lead lap. He's going to go to work on the inside line of Noah Hart right now. Then he'll try working on Trent Dunham. Dylan Poteet tried to go to the high side, but he's going to get freight trained now as well. He's now lost second to Joshua Michaels, about to lose third to Charles Sanford, as Jacob Lawler is utilizing the leader to get by for position by Charles Jackson. That would, I believe that'd be for 34th place. Outside line starting to kick in though. Trent Dunham, Noah Hart, and here they go, 3 wide for the lead. One of those cars, Dunham, is not battling for the lead, but the 7 and the 33 are. Joshua Michaels 3 wide for the lead with fellow rookie Zach Rogers. Then comes Charles Sanford. He's going to test the waters 3 wide. So as Jackson and Lawler keep themselves in the tail of the lead lap, Sanford and Kyle Corbett. And whoa, Silver Fox got turned. Silver Fox got spun around. Is that a caution? Yes, it is. He goes right back up into Mark Thomas. Kevin White's involved. Dollerton, Timmons, Tyson Broad, Cody Lamas, and they're all piling in now. Dougie Shears, one car's upside down. That's William Duncan. Oh, and there's more wrecking. Austin LaPlante is involved. That's another driver inside the top 10 in points. Mark Thomas in the 25. Max Russell's got damage. John Radigan. Oh, Pichu London, our other winner from last week, has had problems. 14th in points. Nick Bellardo's got damage. So too does Sean Galligan. Kevin White, I know, got a piece of all this. And the caution's out again. There's black smoke up ahead of the leaders. And the leader is actually Charles Sanford. Oh, that's the Austin LaPlante machine. His day looks like it's over. 8th in the point standings is Austin. He only came in 4 points ahead of Prunes Littlejohn, who was 10th in points. So he could fall outside the top 10 in points today. There's Mark Thomas on pit road. Chris Dollerton, James Silverfox, who got turned. That was the start of the entire thing. Dollerton, who just picked up its 3rd win a couple weeks ago and is the defending Truck Series champ. There's DeMarco on pit road, Tyson Broad, and there's the Blue Deuce of Sean Galligan. And these two are lucky son of a guns. Jacob Lawler, Charles Jackson back on the lead lap. And now they're going to come down pit road, make some pit stops. Oh, wow. A lot of damage to the Motorcraft Ford of Dougie Shears. Second incident he's been involved here today. And Charles Sanford is going to be the leader under caution. Remember, Sanford went to victory lane back at Pocono. He could be maybe winding himself up for 2 wins. As when we get the green flag, I think we're going to have somewhere around 5 laps to go. Let's head back now, look at a replay of what happened, though. Pretty big wreck there, starting at the exit of the turn 4 area over into turn 1. Well, now to the case of who done it. This was right up at the front of the field, and Dylan Poteet got a little loose off that corner. I think Silver Fox might have been trying to go 4 wide. He's going to get into the left rear of the 31. That turns him down into the 25 of Mark Thomas. No harm, no foul on the part of Mark Thomas, because Thomas was just running his line. Silver Fox came down off the nose of the 25, and then Thomas is trying to get around the 4. The 4 keeps sliding in front of him, and finally this is going to happen. They're all going to slide up. Tyson Broad runs into the back of Mark Thomas, and that's going to block up the entire racetrack. Man, Henley, Eric Burton, Aaron Williams Jr., mighty lucky misses for them. Oh, Dylan Young got a piece of that there in the 84. He got into the back of the Sean Gallagher machine. We're going to look further up because I think London and LaPlante are going to get together. As you saw them on the apron. Ooh, Nick Bellardo on the high side. Radigan runs into the back of Russell, though, and there's Andy Timmons. He's going to get flipped over by Cody Lamas. Dougie Shears, I think, is the one that's going to T-bone the William Duncan machine, flip him over. Andy Timmons comes in 11th in the point standings. That's another chase hopeful. He's trying to fight back after that penalty he received back at Watkins Glen. And now let's jump up here. I want to see the Austin LaPlante machine. Okay, oh, whoa. Dylan Young got a lot more damage after this. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, London going to make some contact with LaPlante. Then he comes shooting up the racetrack, and oh man, wow, right into Dylan Young. That was side-to-side impact. And, wait, there's LaPlante. Who's LaPlante going to get hit by? Because he got hit by someone pretty hard. Oh, he got hit by DeMarco, and then DeMarco squeezes Nick Bellardo up into the fence. And then here comes Mark Thomas. This is where the big hit's going to come, right there. That's the big hit that caused both those drivers' cars to start smoking. And that's a hard lick for Austin LaPlante, who comes in 8th in the point standings. I'll tell you what, things are not going well for a lot of the drivers running well in the point standings. There's Dylan Young involved. The only drivers I can see inside the top 10 in points that haven't had any damage happen to them include the points leader Dylan Poteet, Adam Chambers 5th in points, and then possibly Trent Dunham and Jacob Lawler, who've been struggling to keep themselves on the lead lap, 7th and 9th in points. But aside from that, it's not exactly been a good day for the drivers to come in top 10 in the point standings. Let's head back to green now, see what end result we're going to have. We're in the closing stages of today's race, getting ready for a shootout. We will go back to green flag race on lap 29 of 33, and as I predicted, it will be a 5-lap shootout to finish out today's race. My assumption is if we do have another caution come out, race will be over at the line. The race will end under the yellow flag. So hopefully these guys will be able to keep it green for the final 5 laps of this event. It'll be a single file restart, which means the 2 lap cars now of Trent Dunham and Noah Hart, they will be in this field single file. They will not be on the inside line. They will have to be contended with by the drivers up here at the front of the field. This is the way they line up. Charles Samper is the leader. Kyle Corbett in 2nd. Dylan Poteet still very much up here in 3rd with Alex May 4th and Joshua Michaels in 5th. Remember, he's a former winner too. I think he won back at, was it Chicagoland? It was either Chicagoland or Kansas. And so he's a former winner, so he could maybe pick up a 2nd win today. Zach Rogers still here in 6th. There's the lap car of Trent Dunham, who's actually up to 22nd now after all the DNF drivers. Noah Hart's up to 23rd. Then you got Bob Jones in 7th, 8th Eric Burton, 9th Sean Henley, and his teammate Aaron Williams Jr. is in 10th. Then there's another Hendrick car in Danny Wells in 11th. 12th Emilio Navarrete, 13th Lyndon Wright, 14th place is going to be Kevin White with Nick Bellardo in 15th. And Adam Chambers is actually a lap down in 24th place. I don't know what happened to the 09, but that's another driver who comes in running well in the point standings, not having a good day. He has been trapped a lap down. Green flag is back out. Here we go, 5-lap shootout to decide today's race. Will we remain under green all the way to the checkers? Drivers out after that incident are as follows, and there were a lot of them. It looks like Dougie Shears, Pichu London, Cody Lamas, my bad, Dylan Young, Tyson Broad, also James Silverfox, Mark Thomas, Chris Dollerton, Austin LaPlante. Sanford gets kicked up way to the high side there. John Radigan, William Duncan, Kyle Thomas, Prudence Littlejohn, they're back behind the wall along with Brian James, James McLeod, and Deanna Shelton. New leader is going to be the 18 of Alex May. And whoa! Joshua Michaels got out of the throttle there. He's going to lose a little bit of ground now to the 18 as he's side by side with Dylan Poteet. That is for 2nd. And Trent Dunham looks like he may be coming to pit road again. I think he is. I think Trent Dunham is coming to pit road, so they won't have to contend with that lap car. As Alex May continues to lead the way. Good battle back here, 3 wide for 2nd. Samford to the inside of Michaels and Poteet. And look at who's come up here inside the top 5. Eric Burton in the 8. Don't count out Eric Burton. Ended up pulling off a win. Where was that? Was that back at... Can't quite remember. It might have been Chicagoland, if I remember correctly. I think I think he won Chicagoland, and Michaels won the week after at Kansas. And they are racing here with Sanford now for second, all behind Alex May. Where did Poteet go? Did Poteet come to pit road? I think he did. Yes, he is. He's on pit road. So too is Emilio Navarrete. Danny Wells also on pit road. So are pit stops going to come into play here in the closing stages? I don't know. These top four are not coming to pit road. May stays out. Sanford, Burton, Michaels, and oh my goodness, look at the run the 17 got there. Kyle Corbett up here in the mix now as he'll go 3 wide for third with Joshua Michaels and Charles Sanford. Eric Burton, though, he's en route to trying to run down Alex May, and here comes Aaron Williams Jr., here comes Bob Jones, here comes Sean Henley into the mix. Oh, wait a minute, we're on the white flag lap. This is the final lap. I didn't even see that. And this race is over. Alex May is going to win the race here at Atlanta. He'll win the American Ethanol 200, and I didn't even see that this was the final lap. I was too concentrated on pit stops and drivers getting big runs coming up through the field. I didn't even know we had actually completed this race. And Alex May is going to hang on, and he's going to pick up his first career Oreo Truck Series win. Wow, big blunder on my part as a commentator. I apologize, guys. I didn't even look down there to see that the white flag had been waving. And so Alex May is going to win here today, a fill-in driver for what I believe was Dawson Wise in that 18 truck. And he is going to win here today, will Alex May, for Joe Gibbs Racing in that number 18 Toyota Tundra, his first career win in the NNSCRA. But a lot of action happened there in the closing stages of this race, and it may have just really shuffled this field up. We got to now take a look at our official top 10. Alex May with the win. Eric Burton, I thought he was actually going to have a chance to challenge for the win because I thought there were about maybe 2 laps to go. Time ran out just way too quickly for Eric, though. Eric Burton, who comes in 27th in points, this will move him up through the stands, but I think he was mathematically ineligible to making the top 10 when he came into today's race. Still a great runner-up spot for him. Joshua Michaels, a good run in 3rd. Kyle Corbett in 4th, and Charles Sanford is going to get 5th. Aaron Williams Jr., he's going to get 6th place. Bob Jones, didn't really talk about the 11 all day. He'll get a solid finish of 7th. Sean Henley, nice to see some good luck coming to that 88. Good run in 8th. Zach Rogers stayed inside all day in 9th, inside the top 10. And Jacob Lawler, after racing his way back into the onto the lead lap, finishes in the 10th position here today. My goodness, not only has he clinched himself a spot in the chase for the championship by leading lap 10 today, but he comes away with a solid 10th place finish in today's event. Talk about comeback. That's got to be the comeback of the race right there, as far as I'm concerned. I don't have a clue, really, folks, how the points are going to pan out after this, because we had a lot of drivers who were chase hopefuls to get in or chase hopefuls to stay in that had problems today. All I can say is I'm going to find out the same time you do. Next week, we head to Arizona for our season finale, or not our season finale, but our regular season finale, I should say, and then we start the chase for the championship. We still got the 2 races to come in Mobile and Snickers. 2 more drivers that clinch themselves spots in the Mobile Cup Series and Snickers Cup Series chase for the championships. Who will they be? I don't know. However, we're going to take a look now at your official finisher results and overall points. If you're highlighted in green, you have automatically made the chase mathematically. If you are highlighted in red mathematically, you cannot make the chase. That does not count wild card spots, folks. It just means mathematically you can't make your way into the top 10 in the point standings. So, folks, hope you enjoyed today's race. If you did, be sure to give the video a like, subscribe, and become part of the group today. As you've been watching Starts with the NCRA, offline racing at its best. Remember, Saturday is the sign-ups for Season 7 in Oreo, Mobile, and Snickers Cup Series. See you guys next time. I'm out. They come off the final corner, and oh, what it was John Citadino, the leader! Citadino, the pole sitter. There goes Madison Saber off. There goes Ralph Mason, second in points off.